Division Director, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and guests. It is my pleasure to be your Toastmaster of the meeting this afternoon. Today's workshop is on the art of networking. Networking is not about just connecting with people. It's about connecting people with people, people with ideas, and people with opportunities. A quote by Michelle Janae. This quote highlights the broader scope of networking, which is about making introductions and promoting ideas, collaboration, and potential. This is especially relevant in Toastmasters, where members often connect over shared goals of improvement and leadership. I trust that this evening's proceeding will be well worth it. And this time, I will now call on Toastmaster Wesleyan Walters to say the Toastmasters promise. Toastmaster Wesleyan.
Thank you very much, Madam Toastmaster. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. The Toastmasters International Promise. I read it this afternoon to you, and I trust that you have it before you on your screens, so please follow along. I begin. The promise reads, to attend club meetings regularly, to prepare all my projects to the best of my ability, basing them on Toastmasters education program, to prepare and fulfill meeting assignments, to provide fellow members with helpful, constructive evaluations, to help the club maintain the positive, friendly environment necessary for all members to learn and grow, to serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so, to treat my fellow club members and our guests with respect and courtesy, to bring guests to club meetings so that they can see the benefits Toastmaster membership offers, to adhere to the guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters education and recognition programs. And finally, to act within Toastmasters' core values of integrity, respect, service, and excellence during the conduct of all Toastmasters activity. That was our Toastmasters promise. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Wesleyan. Moving right along on the program, I will now ask our logistics manager, Toastmaster Christine, to introduce our division director. Toastmaster Christine.
Division E Director Camille T. Mary embarked on her Toastmasters journey in 2015 and quickly made strides by achieving both the Competent Leader and Competent Communicator designations in the Legacy program. Her journey in Toastmasters continues as she progresses through the Level 3 Innovative Planning Pathway and the Level 5 Leadership Development Pathway. Camille has demonstrated her leadership skills by serving as President, Vice President Education, and Vice President Membership at the Tortola Toastmasters Club. Her commitment to Toastmasters extends to judging speech contests, where she has served as Chief Judge and Judge for both area and local competitions, including a recent role as a judge in one of District 81's speech contests. Additionally, she contributed significantly to Division East Council as the Assistant Division Director Program Quality in 2023 through 2024, a role that leveraged her passion for event planning. Camille had the unique opportunity to be a club mentor for the Virgin Islands Public Service Toastmasters Club, a club that continues to achieve President's Distinguished status consecutively. Camille currently works as a human resources manager within the government of the Virgin Islands. She enjoys the coaching aspect of HR, where she finds fulfillment in helping individuals achieve their goals and advance in their careers. Balancing a dynamic and eventful life, Camille is a mother of 3. Despite her busy schedule, she cherishes quiet moments, enjoys reading, decorating, and savoring coffee. A self-proclaimed foodie, Camille loves exploring new restaurants and indulging in diverse culinary experiences. Though Camille is a dedicated Toastmaster, she admits to having a giant-sized fear of table topics. Her goals this year are to master the art of impromptu speaking and complete 2 paths.
Division E Toastmasters, welcome. Welcome to yet another workshop. This time the focus is on mastering the art of networking. I know for persons who may be introverted like me, this is a necessary topic. Your presence here today signifies that you are ready to elevate your networking skills and create meaningful connections. Today's workshop promises to be engaging and insightful, and it will be led by our esteemed Toastmaster, who will be introduced shortly. We hope that you will gain from today's workshop invaluable tips, practical advice to help you connect effectively with others. We know that the information you will gain here today will be beneficial for both professional networkers or those who are just starting out in the game. Get ready to be equipped with the tools to build strong relationships and expand your personal and professional circles. Take a moment. We're smalling numbers today. So I'm asking you to take a moment and share today's flyer and link with persons within your various clubs. Let them know that we are live because we have information that will definitely be useful to them in their personal and professional lives. Division E Toastmasters, visiting Toastmasters, I hope you enjoy today's session. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day, Michelle.
Thank you very much, Madam Division Director. At this time, I would like to ask Toastmaster Christine to return to the virtual lectern to introduce our presenter. Toastmaster Christine.
It gives me great pleasure to welcome our facilitator for today's training, Distinguished Toastmaster Rosanna Browne. Distinguished Toastmaster Rosanna has been a dedicated Toastmaster since 2013. She holds dual membership in the Anguilla and Sugar City Toastmasters Club and is a charter member of both. Distinguished Toastmaster Rosanna has served in various leadership roles. Today, she is our facilitator. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, help me welcome Distinguished Toastmaster Rosanna Browne, our facilitator for today's training.
Good evening, or rather good afternoon. It's good afternoon, Division Director Camille, other distinguished Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the evening, Michelle, and fellow Toastmasters. Good afternoon, and it's my pleasure to be your host this afternoon for this workshop on the art of networking. Can I be made co-host, please, so I can share my screen?
You should be able to share your screen. Are you unable to?
Everybody can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Great.
Awesome.
Now I can't see you sharing my screen, so the Toastmaster Christine, you have to be my eyes. Can I see the hands of those are in the chat? If you are familiar with networking, can you drop a 1 in the chat, please? And if you are afraid of networking, can you drop a 2 in the chat? And if you are an experienced networker, can you drop a 3 in the chat? I see some 1s, I see a 2, I see a 3. And I see some points, 1.3, 1.5, 1.2. R, is that a 1.5, 1 and a 3, 1 and a 2? All right, good. So today's workshop is about the art of networking. Effective networking is essential, whether you're looking to boost your career, expand your business, or connect with like-minded individuals. And one might ask, why is networking important? Why networking matters? Networking, as our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Michelle said, is not just about relationships or just getting together. It's about exchanging, it's not about exchanging business cards at an event. It's about building a community around you that supports your goals. More networking, those of us who are in Toastmasters, Toastmasters is a breeding ground for networking. And there are a lot of similarities that we can draw from Toastmasters with networking. Studies show that young professionals' networks can lead to new opportunities, collaborations, and even job offers. The objective this afternoon, the objectives of this afternoon for this workshop, or by the end of this workshop, you will feel more confident in your networking abilities and know how to build meaningful relationships understand different networking styles, and learn effective follow-up techniques. Why networking matters? It matters because you have the knowledge to exchange ideas, information with other people. It provides a support system, and it's a career catalyst. As just mentioned, it can provide you with a job opportunity if you can network properly, if you meet the right people in the right places at the right time. It can open doors for you. And just like Toastmasters, it provides a support system, that community that supports your goals and your aspiration. Building networking confidence. Just like public speaking, and because networking involves communicating and speaking with others, it takes confidence. You have to be able to communicate effectively, and you have to have the confidence to do that, to be able to network effectively. So building networking confidence requires you to be self-affirmed. You have to have self-affirmation. You have to practice. You have to have a positive mindset. You have to have the proper body language. Sounds familiar, anyone? Sounds familiar to us Toastmasters? These are all elements that are required in Toastmasters. Our Toastmasters help us to build and acquire, for us to speak confidently. And it is the same for networking. You have to recognize your unique value and skills that you will bring to the table, that you can share to the benefit of others. You have to be able to practice. So if you have a fear of networking or you lack the confidence, then it comes with practice. Practice role-playing scenarios to build that comfort level and that confidence that you will be required to have. View networking as an opportunity and not as an obligation. So if you set your mind to be positive about networking, to view it as this is a great opportunity for me to be able to meet others, share what I do, and find out what they do and how I can benefit and how they can benefit from me and I can benefit from you, and how I can build a solid relationship. That is an opportunity for you to do that. It's not an obligation. And just like in any other form of communication, in networking, you have to be able to portray that confident body language. Our body speaks, and we are to portray the right body language that, give off that aura of confidence. You stand tall, you smile, you maintain eye contact. All of these things that we learn in Toastmasters when we're developing our communication skills and how to deliver speeches with confidence, it's the same that we do in the environment, in a networking environment. And Confidence allows you to protect or project rather your best self. When you confidently approach someone, they are more likely to respond positively. Think about it. When you meet someone who appears confident, you feel drawn to them. You want to know more. Isn't that true? And overcoming common fears in networking to build your confidence. We all know that the fear of rejection is common to a lot of people. You don't like being rejected. That's why some people don't like sales. But if you remember, everyone has faced rejection at some point. It comes with the territory and it's part of the learning process. The awkwardness can be diffused with humor. You can use humor to diffuse the awkwardness of that fear, and or a light-hearted approach. Take a light-hearted approach to it. Embrace the imperfection. And once you practice self-affirmation, remind yourself of your skills and your accomplishments before attending an event, all should be well for you. So here are some tips to boost confidence. One of the tips is to develop your craft and elevator speech. And I'm sure you've all heard about the elevator speech or your elevator pitch. And you all have to craft a concise and engaging elevator pitch that highlights who you are, what you do, and what you're passionate about. And you're to aim for 30 to 60 seconds. So during the 5-minute break that will be coming up, I want you to use that 5 minutes to craft your elevator pitch, because we're going to get into some interactive exercises and some speed networking and practice the elevator pitch. So remember that during the break, everybody is to craft their elevator pitch, and we're going to do some role playing and interactions on that. In crafting your elevator pitch, as I said, you need to know who you are. You say who you are, what you do, your passion, and a call to action. Or you can ask a question of the person that you are pitching to. So for example, you can say in crafting your elevator pitch, an example of that would be, hi, I'm Rosanna Browne, a marketing specialist focused on digital strategies. I love helping brands connect with their audience through creative content. What is your experience or your thoughts on digital marketing? And some of the skills that are required for networking is active listening. Active listening, just as you in Toastmasters, we're required to listen actively. Likewise, in networking, you are required to listen actively as well. You are to show genuine interest in others by asking follow-up questions. This not only engages them, but take the focus off you and put it on them, especially if you are nervous, if you are not 100% confident, then that active listening helps you to be able to take the focus off you when you begin to engage with your the other person or persons and relieve you. Another tip is also to role play, and you can pair up. This is one of the things that you can practice, pairing up with a family member and practicing the role playing where one person introduce themselves and the other person listen and can ask questions, and then you can do the same. You reverse the roles, and that's one way that you can role play in practicing to develop the confidence. Building genuine connections, building relationships. That's what networking helps you to do. And networking is fundamentally about relationships. It's not just about who you know, but how well you know them. And statistics have shown that people are more likely to help those they have a personal connection with. And I'm sure all of us can attest to that, because one way or the other, whether it's on the job, whether it is in a business place, that you are more likely to help those that you have a personal connection with. Long-term benefits. What are some of the long-term benefits of networking and building those connections? Strong relationships can lead to mentorship, as we know in Toastmasters. It can lead to referrals in business and collaborative opportunities that can significantly impact your career. So it's important for you to communicate effectively, to build those genuine connections and those strong relationships that are needed in networking. And finding common ground. When meeting someone new, for example, look for shared interests or experiences. This could be anything from hobbies to professional backgrounds. For instance, if you enjoy hiking, this could be a great icebreaker leading to a deeper conversation at a networking event. And you ask open-ended questions because you want to be engaging in conversation and be able to get an insight into what their business is, what they offer, what they do, finding out more about who they are. And the only way to do that is to ask open-ended questions when you engage with others at a networking event. Instead of asking yes, no questions, use open-ended ones to encourage discussion. For example, you can ask, what has been your most rewarding project this year? These questions, open-ended questions, invite people to share their stories and passions, fostering a stronger connection. And then you want to follow up. You want to be able to follow up after your initial meeting. Follow up is key. Send a thank you email or a message referencing your conversation. This reinforces the connection. So at a networking event, you exchange contact information and you vow to stay in touch. You follow up on that because this is a potential customer or business partner or potential opportunity for you to get a job. So you want to be able to follow up. You can send an email. It was great meeting you at the Sales and Marketing Expo. I enjoyed hearing about your work in digital marketing. Let's stay in touch. Those are what you can do to build genuine connections, build confidence, build relationships. So we are at the 5-minute break. And what I want you to do now is to take that 5 minutes and craft your elevator pitch. Because we'll have some interaction with those elevator pitches in the next half of the presentation. Stop my screen share now.
No way.
I am a Toastmaster, mastering speeches and toasts. If only my bread was as crisp as my punchlines, I'd be unstoppable.
We're not hearing you, Toastmaster Rosanna, if you're speaking.
Oops, sorry, thanks. Welcome back. We begin the second half, or we continue the presentation by looking at objective 3, learning how to network and understanding networking styles. Networking styles which allow you to find your approach. There are different types of networking style. You have the connector. And the connector, this person thrives on creating connections. They are often seen as butterflies. You hear the term social butterflies? They're often seen as social butterflies, linking others together, and they excel in large gatherings. Then we have the resource. And this person focuses on providing value to others through knowledge and support. They are seen as trustworthy and reliable. Then you have the relationship builder. This person prioritizes deep, meaningful relationships over sheer numbers. They invest time in getting to know others on a personal level. And then you have the opportunist. This person is strategic and seek networking opportunities aligning with their career goals. They are adaptable and can shift styles as needed. So those are 4 networking styles. Can you identify which style identifies with you? Are you a connector? Are you the resource? Are you the relationship builder? Or are you the opportunist? And when we do a role play, you will determine who you are. And you let us know which style, which one of the 4 is your networking style. Leveraging social media for networking. In this digital age, and especially with us doing so many things virtually for Toastmasters, networking opportunities abound in the virtual space on social media. So you can leverage social media for networking. To do that, you need to optimize your profile. Guys, you will be creating a compelling and up-to-date professional profile, whether it's on LinkedIn or any other social media platform. But we know LinkedIn is used by professionals. Engage regularly. You want to be able to comment, share, create valuable content, and engage regularly on the social media platform. Join groups. You can join online groups. There are a lot of groups online that it might be a group that you see that align with your goals and your career, and you can join those groups and participate in industry-specific online community. You can also connect strategically, where you reach out to potential mentors or collaborators. And we do that a lot in Toastmasters when we want role presentation done, then we reach out across our Toastmasters network and seek, collaborate with, seek assistance from. So we are aware of it or not, we do it all the time in Toastmasters. Here are some tips for effective networking. In identifying your style, recognize your natural networking style and leverage it. For instance, if you are a connector, focus on facilitating introductions. Adapt your style based on the context. For example, a formal conference might require a more professional demeanor. And you will attend events because you have to attend events to network, whether virtually or in person. Participate in networking events, industry conferences, and local meetups. Each event is an opportunity to meet new people. Prepare by researching the event and potential attendees. This way you can approach people with specific questions or topics. And you can use social media. As I said, platforms like LinkedIn are invaluable for professional networking. Ensure your profile is complete and reflects your current skills and experiences. And you want to engage with content, join groups, and participate in discussions to increase your visibility and connect with others in your field. The art of follow-up. Follow-up is key in everything you do. Whether it's on the job, and those of you who are in sales would know that the sale is in the follow-up. It must be timely. So if you go to a networking event and you engage with others and you share contact information and you decide to stay in touch, you want to be able to, in 24 or 48 hours, to follow up, to reach out to that person, let them know that you enjoyed meeting them and having the conversation. And if you had decided to share certain information with them, to have them share information with you, then you can remind them of that. And then you can say you can follow up with that information, or you can reach out to them and remind them to send the information that they promised to share with you. You want to personalize your message in your follow-up. So you reference specific conversation points from your interaction at that networking event. And you provide value, share a relevant article or a resource or something from, whether it's from your business, with them, and suggest next steps. Where do we go from here? If this is somebody who's going to come on board as a client, then you want to be able to suggest next steps, propose a follow-up meeting or collaboration opportunity with them. So the art of follow-up is very important. And in networking, follow-up is key. You have to follow up on those connections that you have made. How do you overcome networking challenges? Rejection of fear, the awkwardness, or introvert fatigue. I mentioned this earlier, that you have to practice. Practice those role playing. do whatever is necessary, engage in opportunities that increase your confidence. You use humor or light conversation to bridge the awkwardness, and take breaks and set realistic goals. Last week we spoke about SMART goals. That for them to be smart, they have to have a component of being realistic, and that's what you want to do. Let me share some networking metrics with you to measure your success. You can aim for quality over quantity when you are engaging in new connections. Whether you want to do this, you set your goal to do this weekly or monthly or quarterly, whatever period you choose. Aim for quality over quantity. Is not the number of persons you can meet. It's the quality of the people that you meet that would be vital to you. That could be a benefit to you. You want to have follow-up meetings monthly to deepen those relationships with your key contact. Monthly, quarterly, whatever period is suitable and appropriate for you. And then you want to consider attending industry event, whether quarterly or however often that you can, to expand your network and knowledge. How about some do's and don'ts? Networking etiquette. What should you do? The do's. You should be punctual and respectful when you're attending networking events. You should listen more than you speak. Be an active listener. You should offer help before asking for favors. You don't want to be blatant that you just attend for your own selfish gain. And the don'ts, don't dominate conversation. Don't hard sell or be overly pushy. Whether it's your service, your business, a product that you're involved in, don't hard sell or be overly pushy. And don't forget to follow up, because follow up is very important. So don't forget to follow up. Following up, you show that you value the connection that you've made and that you are genuinely interested in maintaining those connections. People appreciate it when you remember details from your conversation with them, and it shows that you care. It also helps to increase future opportunities. Regular follow-ups can lead to job offers, as I indicated earlier, collaborations with your contacts, or even mentorship. Many opportunities arise from the seeds planted in initial conversations. So following up is key. And some best practices for following up: you can connect on social media, you personalize your messages, and you send out those emails or phone calls, whichever way you choose. to follow up, you can do so on any other social media platform as well. You can follow up in person, especially if it's a business initiative that arrangement that you will foster. You can propose maybe a lunch or dinner engagement or a coffee chat, sit and have coffee, or virtual meeting to explore topics of interest further. And this shows your commitment to build the relationship. Networking in this digital age, your networking action plan should include setting clear goals, smart goals. Create a strategy where you will plan your approach and identify the target connections that you're going to engage with. Take action. You attend events, you reach out, you engage consistently, you reflect and adjust accordingly. It's always important to reflect and make adjustments along the way. So you regularly assess and improve your networking efforts. So in recapping, we look at building confidence. Confidence is the foundation of effective networking. Practice makes perfect or improvement, if you're one who believes that perfection doesn't exist. We looked at building relationships, focusing on genuine connections rather than just collecting contacts, and networking styles. You identify, understand, and adapt your networking style to fit the different contexts. And most importantly, following up. Maintaining connections is just as important as making them. So your call to action would be to set specific networking goals and determine who will you reach out to this week. What events will you be attending? What networking event will you be attending? And I encourage you to practice your skills in real life situations. Remember, networking is a continuous journey. And that brings me to the end of the presentation. I will stop sharing my screen now. And then we will engage with the last couple of minutes we have. I want us to engage in that elevator pitch activity. We all did our elevator pitches. Yes? So I'm going to call on Toastmaster Joycelyn and Division Director Camille. Logistics, Toastmaster Christine, please highlight both persons for me. And I want you, both of you, to engage in the elevator pitch. Division Director Camille, you're going to pitch. Toastmaster Joycelyn, you will listen keenly, and then you will follow up with questions.
Hi, Toastmaster Joycelyn. I am Camille Trisha Mary. I am an HR professional. I've been doing HR for just about 20 years now. I am very passionate about human resources, especially the coaching aspect of HR. I love to see persons grow from point A to point B. How do you feel about your current HR manager, and what about this person do you find most admirable?
Hi,
That's it.
Toastmaster Camille. Nice to meet you. So you are a HR manager. That's nice. You said you like to
I
see persons go from point A to point B. Can you elaborate on that a little bit more? What do you mean by point A and point B?
I like when somebody comes and tells me their goals, what they hope to accomplish, and I am able to assist them or lead them towards that goal. I remember one individual wanted badly to be the supervisor within his team, but he did not have any supervisory management training or skills. So I was able to map the way for the individual to do a few supervisory courses. And within a year or two, he was able to get the job that he sought.
Wonderful. That sounds great. Tell me, do you do private coaching outside of your job?
I at times do. I do have a private business called Mary Virtual Assistant, and I focus on secretarial and human resources. So yes,
Mary Virtual Assistant.
yes.
Good to know. Mm. Where are you based?
I am in Tortola, British Virgin Islands.
So will you be able to work with clients outside of Tortola?
Definitely, it's a virtual company, so I would definitely welcome persons throughout the world if possible.
Nice, nice. So good to meet with you today.
The pleasure was mine as well.
Nice. I'll exchange my details so that we can keep in touch.
We certainly will.
Bye.
So thank you very much. So let's dissect that. I know we're out of time, but let's look at what was shared. Linda.
DTM Rosanna, you're muted.
You're kidding.
You can start back from
I was saying,
Master Adu.
yes, I'm saying thank you for, oh, you heard, I didn't hear anything I was saying. Okay. I was saying that based on the little role play we had, I want me now about the structure of the elevator pitch and what they did right if it was a pitch. We didn't really time it to see because whether her pitch was within 30 to 60 seconds, I think it was. And I want AD Linda to describe the elevator pitch and what was done well, the structure of it. Did it have all the elements it was supposed to have? AD Linda?
Good afternoon. I wasn't here when you did your elevator speech, but what I know from elevator speech is she introduced herself. She said what she wanted to do, what she does, and I think they talked about that, and then they also exchanged their the information that they'll be in touch and they'll follow up. So that's what I think they did well. I wasn't here when you're doing your elevator speech, so just that's what I know about elevator speech.
Yes, very good. So yes, we heard an introduction. She clearly introduced herself, a brief description of what she does, her profession. She gave some value proposition, what she's passionate about, and she asked a question. She did engage a question at the end of the other person of TM Joycelyn. And TM Joycelyn was able, she didn't answer the question, but she went into asking. So it sparked a conversation where she asked open-ended questions. And they were able to engage, connect, and decided to follow up. So I hope that they exchange contact information, that they're able to follow up, have that effective follow up. Tim Joyce, you have your hands raised.
Just a suggestion. Toastmaster Camille mentioned the Mary virtual assistant, but only after I asked her several questions. She should have said that up front, in my opinion.
Okay.
She mentioned that she has a private business called Mary Virtual Assistant, but if I had not asked those follow-up questions, I would not have known that.
Right, she was focusing on her, not her personal business, but her
Professional.
main profession of being a human resource professional.
Okay.
Thank you. I don't want the music bell to go off on me again. So we have come to the end of the presentation and the exercise, and I thank you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to present. I hope that I was able to provide some knowledge to your benefit, and that if you are willing to engage in networking opportunities and put it into practice and benefit from it going forward, whether in your Toastmasters journey or in your personal or professional life. Back to you, Madam Toastmaster of the meeting.
Thank you, DTM Rosanna, for that interesting and engaging workshop on the art of networking. Seeing that we are behind time, I will yield the virtual lectern to Division Director Camille Mary.
Distinguished Toastmaster Rosanna Browne, on behalf of Division E, we would like to present you with this certificate of appreciation. We felt that your workshop was very impactful and very useful for all of us as Toastmasters. Thank you for engaging us this evening and educating us on this topic.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Toastmasters, we've come to the end of yet another workshop. I know that this time of the year is quite difficult to be in workshops and all these different things because we're just off of Thanksgiving, persons are traveling and getting ready for Christmas. But I want to thank you for still dedicating your time to be here and supporting Division E with this initiative this evening. Toastmaster Jackie, what is one takeaway from today? And then I'm going to ask you, Toastmaster Carissa, one takeaway from today's session, if you can. Toastmaster Jackie.
I like the elevator pitch, and I realized I need to beef up mine. And there were some tips about following up, like when you go to, oh, sorry, you said one. Okay.
Go ahead. It's okay.
No, the following
no
up.
More?
Yeah, like make contact within, 1 to 2 days if you've made as part of your networking, so it doesn't end at the meeting or the session. You need to follow up afterwards.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jackie. I like the elevator pitch as well. Most things were familiar to me, but I like the last part of it where she's saying that we must ask a question. This is how the conversation continues. That is something I never really did, and I would definitely incorporate it into my day-to-day interactions. President Carissa, what is your takeaway?
I was also going to say the elevator pitch, but I would also say I've also learned how to market myself effectively and how to also, when networking with persons, do follow-ups and also check-ins to ensure that you keep that connection because it could last. It could further go to long-lasting friendships or relationships with persons. And you can help other
Thank you
persons
for
in the end.
All right, great. Thank you for sharing, Toastmasters Carissa and Jackie. But Division E, we are taking a brief break in December as persons prepare for holidays and various things. So you won't see another workshop from us. But I wanted to bring to your attention that in January, we're coming back the same way that we ended, with a panel discussion in January. So look out for that. I believe it's on the 10th. We also have club officers training on the 26th and 27th of January. COT training. So if you are a club officer, we are trying to get 7 trained of the 13 clubs, 7 of our club officers from each club trained. So if you are a club officer, please save the dates and also be sure to let your fellow Toastmasters know that we must achieve this goal once again. We will also be having another joint meeting similar to the one that we had in October, and that will be held in January as well. The next monthly workshop will be in February, and we'll announce that by way of email. Toastmasters, thank you once again for being here today. Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Rosanna, for your imparting of knowledge on us. We really appreciate your commitment to Division E. And to all of you who attended, thank you. Have a great Sunday evening and rest of the week.